Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now is something that I find to be just laughable. I really do. Apparently, and I'm going to bring this up, okay, so you can see it. You see this right here? It says, Venmo and PayPal users can now send money directly to the U.S. Treasury in an effort to help chip away at the $36 trillion national debt. Yeah. Now, I'm sorry. You know, on my other channel, I just did a video about, getting a rebate check because of the tariffs, right? Even though it's not concrete, it's like a proposal type thing. And now, the U.S. Treasury Department has expanded its Gifts to Reduce the Public Debt program to accept donations via Venmo and PayPal. And this is alongside traditional methods like bank transfers and credit debit cards as a way for individuals to contribute to reducing the national debt, which is at $36.7 trillion. Let me get my checkbook. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Okay, this program, which is in place since the 1960s, by the way, and it formalized in the 1980s, allows voluntary contributions through the Treasury's pay.gov portal. Now, the addition of Venmo and PayPal as payment options was quietly introduced sometime between February 22nd and March 8th. So, since 1996, the program has collected about $67.3 million in donations, a figure that equates to roughly 20 minutes of the debt's growth. So that those donations were for nothing. But given the debt's increases by nearly $55,000 per second, the maximum donation allowed via Venmo is $999,999.99, which would cover about 18 seconds of debt growth, highlighting the program's symbolic rather than substantive impact. Now, the Treasury markets this as an opportunity for patriotic individuals to contribute to fiscal responsibility, with some sources noting that a tie-in to the Make America Great Again narrative. The context for this initiative is a ballooning national debt up 87% since 2010, when it was $19.59 trillion, which is exacerbated by recent policies, but also policies from the past administration. It's policies from all administrations. Let's just be real here, okay? Now, you've got critics, you've got economists, and you've got commentators who argue that individual donations, even via platforms like Venmo, PayPal, are negligible against the debt's scale and describe the effort as symbolic or even desperate. Now, in my opinion, I feel that This is some kind of a joke. All right. I'm questioning why citizens are being asked to offset debt driven by government spending, particularly when tariffs and policies contribute to the deficit. Proponents, including Treasury officials, argue that modernizing payment options align with consumer preferences, which are leveraging Venmo's 80 million users, PayPal's broad network to boost participation, especially among younger, tech-savvy demographics. However, analysts note that without structural fiscal reforms, these contributions are unlikely to make any kind of a dent. And some are actually worrying that the program distracts from addressing systemic spending issues. The pay.gov portal also supports over 1,000 other payment types, in case you were wondering, like IRS fees, small business loans, indicating a digital payment expansion that serves broader administrative goals. But like I said, why are we being asked to pay down the debt when we're having a hell of a time getting by every single day? Why are we being asked to pay down the debt when we weren't the ones who created that debt to begin with? These past administrations are the ones that created that debt. And I'm not saying that it's this person's fault or that person's fault, or, this president did it or that president did it. All of these past administrations are to blame. Okay? They keep printing money, printing money, printing money, printing money. They borrow from this, borrow from that, borrow from this, borrow from that, and have no way to pay it back. Are we doing well with the tariffs? Sure, now we are. That's why they were doing that proposal to give us a rebate check. But like I said, I feel like this is a joke. Asking us, the American people who are barely scraping by to begin with, to pay off the national debt. Why don't some of these high rollers, these 1%ers, why don't they pay it off? Maybe they should be asked for a donation. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less and God bless. Ciao.